Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. What is this? What is this? What is this? All characters of the games are over the age of 18. Okay. Alright. I gotta unplug. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may have positive experience playing this game. Or may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings? Review detailed content warnings, which contain spoilers. Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. No, because I don't want to see any spoilers. Playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. What is so disturbing? Nah, I already know what's disturbing about this game. I've already seen this game like a million times, but this is, a new version of Doki Doki. Nothing. Let's go. Anyways, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Matthew. I'm here with a brand new video, and I hope you guys are all having a great, amazing day today. And today we are here with Doki Doki Literature Club. It's the Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, but all I see is Doki Doki Literature Club. So I guess we're gonna have to play through the game. I should do math for short. If you guys are new here, why not, consider leaving a like and a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. And let's head into this. Now, should I do what most people do and create voices for these characters? Let's see who we dealing with. I can't really remember the story. I just know kind of like the ending type and who's the antagonist, but I can't remember what exactly happens in the middle or whatever. I just remember the ending and kind of the beginning, but I don't know all the dialogue. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you meant you were gonna. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Matt. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you. To be mean, not even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We walk the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly respectful with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Matt, have you decided on a club to join yet? I don't know. I think I'm changing up her voice. A club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sarah likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is very important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you sitting here and spacing out again. Or spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? What am I doing with my life? There is no way I'm going to go into your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really such an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Why did I just make my... Okay, maybe she's excited. I don't know why I made my voice so high pitched right there. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom doors. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Okay, I gotta come up with a new voice. What does she look like? She looks polite, maybe? So, maybe like a soft, calming voice. Welcome to the Literature Club. It is a pleasure to meet you. Yep, it's a pleasure to meet you means kind of like that classy type, Sayori always says nice things about you. What is it like? Seriously, you bought a boy. Seriously, you bought a boy? Okay, yeah, like kind of like a guy voice, but I don't even know, like a deep girl voice, I guess. Way to kill the atmosphere. Matt, I don't even know how to. How many voices am I? Oh, no! Matt, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, just say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Could be wrong. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, that's Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice meeting both of you. And it sounds like... and it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Matt. Wow, this voice sucks. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but I think I said rarely. Rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in that class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a little... You too, Monica. Come on, come sit down, Matt. No, why am I making that voice? Come sit down, Matt. We made food. Why am I... Come sit down, Matt. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica or one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take the seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drowned with icing, and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make here. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Terry grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. What am I doing with my life, bro? Why am I sitting here playing this game? I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice she hears her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this from someone before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayuri said, well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki for his logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider joining the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel... No, why am I doing Sayori's voice for her? We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the other major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics in the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing and the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then, I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all of their effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow from this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees, just different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Matt, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep in complex fantasy worlds. The level of Why did I do that? The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Ah! And telling a good story in such a full world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her readings. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious at the way that her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes darted over at me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? Or what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting? I can't read. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You won't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe you share some of your work. You can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share her. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write our poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen a bond of the bond of the literature of the club. Read correctly, Matt. Isn't that right, Matt? Monica smiles warmly at me again. Hold on, there's still one question. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly can't come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Okay. Sarah may have convinced me to stop by, but I've never made any decision. I mean, I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls are looking back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought, Matt, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing a poem is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. This is so cringy. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sarah wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really came for the cupcake, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Matt, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Matt, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for a club. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room, and make our way home. The whole way, mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll get the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Sometimes something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, okay, so I can go closer with someone. Who should I go closer with? I kind of know the story, but so far, I don't even know who to go for, bro. Okay, we'll just pick one of these words that I like the most. What's the word that I like the most, and I'll just whoever likes it the most, I'll just try to go for there. So fester, wonderful, blanket, landscape. Ooh, landscape is pretty good. Imagination, joy, party, sadness, fireworks, explode. Which one makes my mouth feel the best? Pause. Which one makes my mouth feel the best? I think blanket, landscape. Oh, landscape makes me feel weird. Landscape. I like landscape. Okay, looks like we're going for Yuri. Actually, Heaven Sent, Valentine, Starscape. Everyone that I watched, they always went for Yuri. I don't want to do Yuri. I want to do someone else. So we'll go Natsuki or Sayori. I'll go Natsuki. I feel like she likes pink. Yep. Silly. Nope. Sticky. Yep. Color. No. Kawaii. Fun. Oh my god. Lollipop. Bubbles. Cute. Dazzle. Oh my god. Ha. Bliss. Oh my god. Jumpy. Friends. Kitty. Suicide. What? Sugar. Flower. Ah, sweet. No. Okay, this is the one. Vanilla. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. She likes the cute words. How you doing, Matt? Oh my gosh, my mouth is already feeling weird from talking so much. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I came out with it. Well, I'm back in the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, man. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sari told me that you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in their club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Santa Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Why do I keep pressing that? Don't worry, guys. Matt always gives the best. Gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work, went without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost lit your house on fire once. Is that so? Haha. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Matt can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. You're even bought you something today, you know. Well, wait, Sayori. Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up for me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want me to. Alright. Well, here it is, right here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention. Even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she'll think I wrote. She thinks I'll like, despite me not reading it so much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, if you can read it at your own pace, I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activity for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your own collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? sometimes manga is one of those things that where you can't admit that you're really into it until you figure out that the other person where the other person stands. How do you know, anyways? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written all over your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of Monica admits to stack various books on the side of the shelves. Curiously, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the fresh. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I give a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's just simply terrible. If you're not gonna judge, or if you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the class on the outdoor, to that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was in the tone of your voice. I'll tell you one thing, Matt. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out one of the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoved the book right into my hand. I start the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't reach at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. So sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, remaining the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her appearing over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like there's a bunch of friends from high school, typically slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of the plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of beginnings is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters, and besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into all their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's what really makes it. That's really what makes it so good. I can't read. There is so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hehe. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Ugh. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't even seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Manga, right? Manga? I don't know. I don't read manga. Or manga. I don't even know, but I'm just gonna say manga. Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking at the same time I got into this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Haha. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few minutes. I've finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something that you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince one of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? You don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. Look, I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in their face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. At least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. I always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finished the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast for her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words that the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Why am I tired? And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure that we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Hahaha. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily sighs herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Oh, wait. You said alright. Alright, I guess I'll stop here for now. I closed the book and handed it towards Natsuki. You're just gonna give it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is it really alright? I saved that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take you forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange to seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared to see what happens if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put myself and carefully slip the book back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to finish writing the poem last night? Yeah. Our relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find any inspiration since I've never really done it before. Well, Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is a wrinkled sheet of story from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's print liner and a pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I read my poem to first? Okay, I did not mean to do that, but you know what? Sure. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's a good friend and all. Oh my goodness! This is so good, man! I love it! I had no idea you're such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Yeah. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a map poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. Hee. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm really not into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Matt. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's the part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehehe. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It just sounds like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. Bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica is the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Do it. Who should I show my poem to? Let's do Nat. No, we're gonna save Natsuki for later. Ooh, oh Monica, okay. Hi, Matt. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, If you've ever had a suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyways, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Matt. We're a little embarrassed today, but it's sort of a barrier that we're all willing to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, man. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, gee. No. It kind of makes me think of something that Suki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad, and sometimes they're only a few lines so long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about it, they can just express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to try new things. By the way, what's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you? Everyone else might have a little bit biased towards their kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you to have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not that very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claimed to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It could have been me. See, the direction that sparkles protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peered inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I real blind. Like a film left out into the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you would call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about these stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tighten it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. The ink drips into a dark puddle. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Your rage? Yuri stared at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading, though. Do it. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been 7 minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? What you were saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are typically of new writers. What am I doing with my life still? And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers that they try to make their style more deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a few writing styles separately from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. And of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for. There's just so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiled. Why am I yawning? Why am I tired? Why am I yawning? As if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green light hue of the future? I bathe, calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? What are you talking about, man? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts that often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like your poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to share something a little more mild. Something easy to digest. I propose, did you say? Are you into ghosts? Ghosts, Yuri? Haha. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Matt. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose we did only glance over it, after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll just have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Now it's time for number 1. My ears! I turned on my volume by accident. Okay, well let's just start with the things that I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poem? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like, and you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki retorts, gets caught in her throat. You're so... You just don't understand, do you? I already told you, you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki really hates me or something. Must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or lose that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me your poem, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Nice. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poem for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for the rhyme at the end, but then I fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did? I guess that more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, didn't you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with her last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud about it, then I won't take it away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Or even if they're just being nice. There's no way my poem can stand up up to theirs. This is literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their retrospective poems. I guess they read in tandem. I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrowing, frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh no, it's nothing. It's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to her desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? You completely missed the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for a suggestion, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Matt did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Matt liked my poem too. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki stands up. Oh, I didn't expect you were invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Matt appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? Well, how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one who boobs magically grew size bigger as soon as Matt started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Matt? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me bring up to her, Matt. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only real way to convey complex feelings and meanings that most effectively avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Matt? Well? How did I get myself dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably just think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to have to be Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that... I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with a few words can just be as impressive. I didn't read what that else said. Also, let's readers imagine taking over. And Natsuki poem did a really good job of that. Yeah. Why did I sound like that? Yeah. It did, didn't it? Ahaha. Shows you how much you know. That's not... Natsuki? I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she would mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is really personal thing. Is a really personal thing. And sharing it can be definitely hard. I don't know why I said deliberately. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over at my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you definitely need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, right, Natsuki? Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri looks at me dejectedly with a face like that. I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Matt. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about, Natsuki glances around the room. When everybody stops staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyways, the thing I said about your boob, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulders. Well, now that we're past that, everyone read each other's poem, right? I hope that was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Matt. And to be honest, It's a nice pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all, boy. There's still time before we go home, so we'll relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up on a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That's not the most important thing about literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in a literature club probably means I can spend all my time doing nothing. In the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing a poem? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, mostly. Matt, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to do, to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too. So, your poem will turn out better. I think to myself, I did learn more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means that I can do a better job of impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Matt, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehehe. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? What happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Sayori and Natsuki, does that thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise you, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know that, Matt. It's nice that I get to spend some time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I really think everyone really likes you too. That's hehehe. Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I'm done. I'm done. I can't read anymore. Go to the main menu. My mouth is hurting. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Also, hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications if you're new. This game, so much reading. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Huh? What? Hello? Yo? What? Is that the plus? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Pictures. What? What? The intro again, so y'all know. If you guys liked the video, leave a like or if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new and turn on post notifications to be notified whenever I release a new video. I did not know this was here. You know what? Let's change that picture. I would say Sierra is the best girl. No, I'm doing Natsuki. Shoot, let's hit Sierra. Yes. Hey. Okay. That's it. Alright, peace out everyone. I'm out.